Giselle, and Giselle waited for a really, really, really effing long time in the house. And there's definitely, our theory about Michael being the white-haired girl is right, because he gets reincarnated as a girl named Michelle rather than Michael, said in French, which is pronounced similarly to Michelle. Which is definitely gaslighting her, yes. We also learned that Giselle cannot be killed. We also missed a QTE and I had a bad ending. Yep, that all happened. Right, so if you say Michael in French, Sionis, right, it'd be like,
I'm a third year, damn it!
Michel. Do they even say the CH like a hard ch, or is it actually like a sh? Michel. It's Michel. Okay. Michel. So what they're doing here is they're reincarnating Michelle into a girl, Michelle. The main thing that we don't know is why he got a portrait of the white-haired girl sent to the mansion and then he like scratched it out. That we don't know. How goes the games? Very well. We actually just beat Final Fantasy VII Leonard. So I'm feeling pretty happy about that. That was an 113-hour game. There's also another variant that is pronounced Kyle. I doubt it's that one. I think that they're playing on French pronunciation here. Those are a lot of hours, yeah. So we'll be starting another game this week in place of Final Fantasy VII. Very exciting. We finally did it. Now for tonight and for tomorrow night, we are doing some visual novel shenanigans, and there will be community games later as well. So, Airs, please look forward to it. Alright. I believe we were just outside... You take... Let's take a look. How many hours before the community games might be able to make it for once? I think we told M-Man we would start slightly early, so let's play Fata Morgana for about 2 to 2.5 hours, and then we'll begin. Which, speaking of, I should probably post that in Discord so people know I'm trying to start a little bit early. Looking to start in about 2 or 2.5 hours. It has been put into writing, and we have sent it. Yeah, no worries, man. It actually is working out really well with our schedule today. Beating Final Fantasy happened like it was actually perfect timing. Bubble Wand! Thank you for the 40 months. Welcome to another Fata Morgana stream. Appreciate the Prime sub. Yeah, no worries, man. Happy to give you an extra hour on your birthday. It's really the least I can do. Okay, here we go. She leaps into my arms, and she's just as cold as ever. Her warmth-deprived body feels like the embodiment of all my mistakes. I wrap my arms around her, and I'm immediately filled with unparalleled relief. Even as she sobs into my chest, her body cold as ice. And then... darkness parts. We are once more at the top of the observation tower. It's still shrouded in a miasma of shadows, but we're back in the mansion now. Oh yes, indeed. Happy birthday to M-Man. You guys can spam HBD command at M-Man at any time today, and it would be very relevant.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
We've emerged from the darkness in her heart.
Happy birthday.
Michael.
Happy birthday.
Yes? I'm sorry. For what? I never should have erased you from my memories. Yours are the memories I needed to hold on to the tightest. I was so glad to hear you say you still loved me. Yeah, Storm's here. I don't know if Storm has been following Fata Morgana, so I think he might be vibing, but it is appreciated. Oh hey, Lenny. We starting community earlier? Yes, Lisa. So I'm looking to start in about 2 hours to 2.5. We are going to get in a Fata Morgana session for a bit. And I've started pre-gaming it, so I will be unhinged. Thank you so much. I'm incredibly relieved. As I watched, it felt like you were slipping farther and farther away from me, Giselle. I can join in for an hour then? Okay, cool. So, it terrified me. Maybe it makes me a coward, or pitiful, but I was truly afraid of you coming to hate me. Convince me to drink so I can be unhinged too. Sayanis, let's drink. We haven't drank together in so long. As long as it doesn't interfere with your sleep. Oh, perfect, Lisa! Yes, your bestie. Easy. Yeah, see, look, Lisa's excited. You're going back to 999? Alright, good luck. I love the updates, Lisa. You're really racking your brain. I would never hate you, Michael. Ever. Ah, Wayne. Wayne Scopeland. I have not thought... Oh my god. I don't even know the last time I heard from him.
Jumpy!
Hey, yeah. Lisa loves you. Thank you. We must leave this place. What? It would not be wise for us to remain here long. The air is still thick with darkness. But... he doesn't really watch Twitch much. Yeah, makes sense. The front door won't open. And even if we could get out from somewhere, what would happen to us? We finally found each other again after so long. I want to share a quiet, modest life with you, like before. What if all that disappears when we step outside? After all, we are... She doesn't finish, but I feel like I know what she was gonna say. We're different now. She stepped far outside the bounds of mortality. And the same could be said of me. I am the man known as Michael. The man known as Michael is long since dead. The mansion itself does not follow the rules of nature either, as beings no longer in possession of their proper forms. Stepping outside these walls could very well mean the end of us. I can't say what might lay in store, but we must return. Nobody dies on Fata Fridays on a Saturday. Hey, Dots. Happy Saturday to you as well, Dots. I hope everyone is enjoying their weekend. I have a 4-day weekend this weekend, and it feels like... I honestly feel unhinged and like I'm on vacation. Even though, by staying here, we could be together for all time. Don't imagine that would be a very happy life. I have a 1-day weekend? Oof. That hurts. Sorry, Leonard. Yeah, Thursday, Friday, and then today and tomorrow all off. So I'm living my best life. Honestly, we were able to beat FF7 Rebirth because of this vacation. So shoutouts. Ah! So saved. Don't imagine that would be a very happy life. There is no sun here, no chirping birds, no trees or breeze to rustle the leaves. After a week, my Khalil vid passed my Dorothy vid for my most viewed analysis. I'm proud. Oh yeah! That's a sign of growth for sure, Dots. Maybe, did you like advertise it in places that you didn't the others, or was it really the same? If we stay here, the nothingness will eat away at us. Yeah. Well, to be honest, Dots, like, if we're just comparing it to Dorothy, maybe more people have played the Tellius games than have played FE6. Since you have to, like, have an emulator for FE6, right? We have finally reattained our old selves. We need to take action now while we can. What if I say I want to stay here? And I'll drag you out. It's almost like we've switched places. Back then, it was you who wanted to stay. It's also kind of funny hearing you speak favorably of the outside, and especially the sun. The words "that's all thanks to you" are on my lips, but before I can say them, I find myself hypnotized by her smile. That smile has picked me up so many times. She claims it's her only redeeming feature, but if she didn't have it, my life would have gone in a very different direction. I'm grateful to have gotten that back too. Say, we're in the middle of a very, touching reunion, wouldn't you say? I suppose so, yes. And wouldn't you say there's a certain way these things usually go? Are you really gonna make me say it? Oh, are we about to cringe a little bit? I was, hoping you might perhaps kiss me. What? What? Oh, seriously, what? Where did all that boldness from a second ago go? What happened to all that momentum you were building? Yeah, about that. I think that might be appropriate later. Later? How much later? After we find an exit. We're, in a hurry. You're just making excuses because you don't want to. I swear that's not it. Giselle, let's save that for when things aren't as crazy. It's not like kissing takes... I mean, you could spare a few seconds. Just give her a smack. Maybe he's scared that she's gonna be all icy, because she will be, because she's a freaking zombie maid. But I would think that he would be, he would also be really cold. So it's interesting if he's not, and she is. I'm back with a vodka green apple liqueur mix thing. Okay. Wonderful, Sionis. Cheers. You guys would goop and gap and gape and gab if you knew what I was drinking. He's gonna be scared that it turned into a makeout. I can't relax and enjoy it right now. What are you, 12? Oh, hush. Alright, fine. What is this face? But you'd better keep your word, got it? Promise. Then let's go then. Let's find our way out of the mansion. There, our frozen time should begin to move again. That's hopefully where our future waits. It will be. No, we'll make it so. Yes, we will. If we leave the mansion, it should release our souls as well, and in doing so, should finally provide her deliverance. So I mustn't hesitate. To end all this, for both of us, we must start again. This is where we... What? The witch is not going to be happy. Darkness. It's a blackness purer than anything I've experienced in this house. Not a trace of light anywhere to be found. Why did I ever think the house would let us go so easily? Why did I ever think our time in the darkness was over? Michael! Ugh. The darkness surges through the open door like a wave, flooding the observation tower. Like ivy growing wildly to cover every last inch of every surface, consuming, defiling, eroding. Our fingers slip apart, and concentrated rancor rains down upon us. Ah, how hideous a world this is. Ah, no, Michael, please. Don't let go of my hand. Uh-oh. Giselle! Michael! I said I would never let go of her again. I said I would get her out of this place. I swore I would. But as I try to stretch, I can't reach her hand. Help, Michael! I can't move. I can't move my body. Ugh. I went out of my way to give you a beautiful tragedy, so why must you so stubbornly insist on this ugliness? The more you struggle, my dears, the thicker and more palpable your filthiness becomes. Ah, it's sickening. Wouldn't you agree? She's always spat her bile with a song-like cadence. Singing like a little girl, chirping like a morning bird, she celebrates misery, and she watches for the worst possible moment to let out that cackle. Morgana! Is that the white-haired girl? Wait... Was the white-haired girl just Morgana the whole time? They called her a witch because she was a witch. Could you imagine? I swear you two are hopeless. I pity you. I give you my deepest condolences. Let go. Let me go. Don't take me away from him. Ugh. Giselle. The darkness seeping into her grew thicker by the moment, and its black tendrils weren't just wrapped around her, but me as well. Stop this, Morgana! Let her go? Haha, wow. Nothing more original. I need a devoted puppet to protect this mansion for me, so I can't give her up, not even at your request. Besides, why should I give back something you threw away? Something you abandoned again and again. What are you talking about? Still haven't figured it out, my dear. Or are you just feigning ignorance for your own convenience? You always did like to withhold anything that might prove disadvantageous. Michael? Ugh. Giselle, give me your hand. Reach harder. Reach as hard as you can. Grab my hand. I can't do it. It's like I'm tied up. I can't move at all. Ugh. She's right there. She's waited so many hundreds of years for me, finally managing to reclaim herself. And she's right there. So why can't my hand go any farther? Why can't I reach her wrist, her hand, or even a strand of her flowing hair? Why can't I get her back again? Michael! Her voice is growing fainter, more distant. The darkness shrouds her, taking her away from me. Her arms, her fingers, the hands she led with me, her smiling face, her once glowing grin, and her now more modest smile. The witch's darkness is stealing every last bit of. Oh. Michael. Help. Please, stop. Don't do this. Take me instead of her. Why? Why does it have to be her? Why her? Morgana. Why? Because your work is done, my dear. By all accounts, as the one who resurrected me, you should have become my guide as well. But you let a silly woman emotionally manipulate you, and you gave up on cursing others. And then you threw your life away, deluded into thinking you were protecting her. Morgana! You already gave up the position once. Don't think you can just walk up and ask for it back. Set Giselle free. I'll do anything you ask. You need a puppet, I'll be your puppet. You want more from me, it's yours for the taking. But I can't leave her to remain in this cursed house any longer. You certainly have let your obsession for this girl take its toll on you. I much preferred the old, pessimistic, cynical Michael. Made outfit Michael. It wasn't until I met Giselle that I truly became human. She made me into what I'm supposed to be. I can't lose her again. Is that so? Well, you'll come to the harsh realization soon enough that everything you saw in her was just a facade. It was not. All right then. If you want her back so badly, you can have her. But in exchange, I want you to entertain me. Will you endure maddening agony for me? Will you know pain enough to make you howl? Will you face despair again and again and again? If you need her that badly, you can bear anything, can't you? That is what you want from me. If that will allow her to see the sun once more. Really? So this was Junko's origin story. She said the thing, right? She said despair, so I kinda have to accept that they might be the same. Wait, Morgana! Morgana! As you wish, foolish boy. I was looking for a way to keep busy anyway, so I'll use you to kill some time. Find your way to me, dear. Find your way to me without going mad or succumbing to despair. And do hurry, or she might lose her mind again. Whose memories you forced her to relive. Those hundreds of years she spent locked away in her shell. All that fear that ate away at her. It's a bit much to have it to reflect on with a clear mind, wouldn't you say? Setsubo. That's why I need to be there for her. Why I have to get her out of here. That's my obligation to her. You're the one who let go of her hand, though. You can put a broken cup back together, but the slightest tap in the wrong place will shatter it again. Sounds good, man. Morgana! I got that white knight syndrome. Well, his lover waited hundreds of years without aging, working as a maid, for him to return, and he finally came back, and now she's taking him away again, so I think rightfully so. He can be a little freaked here. The witch's cackling fades into the distance. My outstretched hand is completely enveloped in shadows. I can't even make out the faintest outline of it. And I can't tell if I'm sinking, floating, being pushed along some invisible stream, or falling with incredible speed. My eyes are open, but they can detect nothing. The complete lack of sound is almost painful. Nothing, anywhere. Nothing, anything, anywhere. Void. My consciousness begins to drift. Vague remnants of the feeling of her hand in mine are my only link to reality. My one and only landmark. Giselle. I must get her back. She waited, enduring for hundreds, no, almost 1,000 years. And now it's my turn to act. I have to hold that resolve, hold firm, so that I never forget her again. So that I never lose myself again. Even if I'm consumed by the darkness. Must never back down. Must never look away. You must never lose her. Story behind the story. Oh boy. Okay, so wait, are we getting... Does the Maid's Tale count as a separate... It's a chapter, but it's not really a door, huh? Hey, Master. Hello? Is anyone there? Master? Oh, good. Welcome back. Young Giselle again? That was post door 6 stuff, so it's still generally group 6. So is this technically door 7 that we're getting into? What's gotten into you? I thought you would fallen asleep with your eyes open. I'm not accustomed to people needing my attention, or I suppose talking face to face at all. This is my mansion? Giselle's right in front of me, smiling like she always did, smiling for me, not her. Giselle? You have been alone for 10 years, but now I'm living here with you. So what do you say we do a little practice conversation? Practice conversation? What exactly do you think I am? Yeah. No offense intended. I just thought it'd be nice if you had more back and forth skills. Door 6 had an inner screen door that you also had to open. Yeah, for real. That's when we got the bad end. So in short, you're saying I'm such a poor conversationalist, I need training. Hey, don't get so snippy. That's not what I meant. I'm saying we don't talk enough, and I want to talk to you more. It's fun. No, this is an old memory from when Giselle first returned to the mansion, and we were just starting our new life together, and we were still feeling around in the dark. What exactly would you like to talk about then? Each other, of course. I have nothing to say. Now, let's not be rash. It can be anything. Things you like, things you don't like. Start with something small, insignificant. Does that serve any purpose? It does, yes. The more you know about someone, the closer you feel to them, and the better friends you can become. Is that how it works? Now that's out of the way, ask me something. Ask me anything and I'll gladly answer. Her eyes are lit up like a child's. Is she really so eager to converse with me? I don't believe it. What's the matter? I'm ready for anything. Very well. I'll ask whatever comes to mind. Go for it. You haven't told me your age. My age? Take a guess. I thought she said she would tell me anything. I'll say 20. Oh! Wow, you're exactly right. You're surprisingly astute, Master. And what's surprising about that? I didn't expect you to get it on your first try. Have you been secretly watching me? Oh, Master, you... She gets pissed if you ask if she's 30. Well, 30 is still young and beautiful, so... You're making me blush. Why the silent death stare? I'm struck with an overwhelming urge to hurl you out a window. Oh, you're no fun. Okay, it's your turn now. How old are you, Master? As I recall, I should be 27 this year. Oh wow, you're much older than I expected. But it's anime, and anime 30 is a corpse, true, and he admitted to being close to corpse. Ship. What did you expect? You are very mellow, like I would expect of an older man, but every once in a while you give the impression of a teenage boy. For what it's worth, I mean that in a good way. What it's worth. Tell me about your family. You want to know about my family? Pretty normal, I think. Not much interesting about us. We had been able to get citizenship in the capital, but we weren't super rich or anything. In fact, it was because we were having money troubles that I ended up here. It's not easy for 3 women to make it on their own. You didn't have a father or any brothers? No, we lost my father to a plague when I was young, and since then it's been me, my mother, and my older sister. They're both bright, lively people. Our family's motto is, a smile can make anything better. That explains why she can still smile now, even after nearly succumbing to despair. I've always wanted some brothers, though. Men are more suited to physical labor, yes. Not quite what I was going for. I feel like, I don't know, the kinds of things you would ask a brother and a sister for help with are different. I'm not sure how to explain it, but a guy with broad shoulders and muscular arms is someone you can look up to, for instance. Someone who looks like they'll keep you safe. She's never been betrayed by family, it would seem. She can't even imagine family hurting her. She has no idea that those closest to you, those who are supposed to care about you more than anything, be your greatest enemies. That blood is a bond heavier than any chain. Master? I believe your brothers are still on your side. It's been so long, I don't know who they are. I don't know what they think about me. Sure, they're still your allies. You want to believe it too, don't you? Want to believe they're not enemies. Let's believe in them together. Anything you want to believe, you should. It's such a better way to look at the world than the other way around. You don't have to be positive, or one day you'll crack. Always remember to have faith so that doesn't happen. Understand, she's honest about her emotions in a way I simply cannot be. She is the exact opposite of me in that regard, and yet she can still read me. I don't get it. How can she understand me like that? It's like she can read my mind. Only I could just tell her everything. Make it all another page in our mindless chatter. Get everything weighing down on me off my chest. Is something the matter? You're cruel. What? I said you're cruel. Sorry, ignore. In preparation for the day, you can finally go back home. You're going to have to stop being such a picky eater. Where did that come from? Think about how terrible it would be if, when the day finally came, you went back sickly and weakened and emaciated. You wouldn't be able to enjoy yourself. You're still alright, Master. You're doing okay, so let's try to keep you healthy. That was so random of a response after he said that she's cruel. Wow, very forward of you. Huh? My taste in men is the last thing I expected you to ask about, Master. I don't recall specifying people. Now, don't fret the details. It's only natural to be curious, so let's make it about that. And that's the last thing I wanted to talk about. Alright then. Tell me your first crush, Master. I have to start? Never had one. What? No, I'm not buying it. You were living at home until 10 years ago, weren't you? Surely there was someone who caught your eye. It's not. Without missing a beat. Oh fine, then I'll go. First crush was the son of a blacksmith. You missed the part where you ask what kind of guy was he. This is such a pain. Since you asked, he was a huge muscular fellow. He was so tall, he would always hit his head on the doorway whenever he came to our shop to trade. Oh. Nice beefy guys really are great, huh? They make your heart get all fluttery and tight. Implying that I have a chance. So I think that was more admiration than love. You know, the way a group of girls will get together and fawn over a popular good-looking guy. It was like that. So you're saying the buff bastard was popular? She wants bar titties. Well, she's getting Michael, who's built kind of like a Barbie doll. Very much so. I wonder what love feels like. I never got the chance to find out before ending up like this. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to get all dark on you. Say what was on your mind. I don't deserve your consideration. It was my family that put you through that after all. Perhaps it is my reticence that caused her to watch her step around me. Damn, need to come up with something to say. When I was 14. Oh? You asked about my first crush. Ah, I knew you had one. So tell me, what was she like? She was the daughter of a family. It was Amy. She was 1 year older than me. Ah, love between nobility. A world I can only ever even imagine. It never went anywhere. What? You didn't try to woo her? You didn't shower her with presents? You by chance a late bloomer, Master? She was my brother's fiancée. Oh, I see. So it was a love that could never be realized. That's sad. Not really. Besides, I don't feel anything for her anymore. And what I felt then was simple impulses. I guess that makes us both inexperienced. I suppose it does. Okay. I think that's enough of that. So it is. You like me? Of course, I love it here. Being with you, being able to talk to you like this. See, that I don't understand. What? Why not? I find it difficult to believe there exists any reason speaking with me would be anything but unpleasant. You're so negative. Oh, hush. Say that, for example, instead of me, there was someone not so pessimistic here. You would rather be talking to them, wouldn't you? I really do enjoy this, truly. I will admit my time down in that village was, for the most part, delightful. But oh, how should I put this? I started realizing, yeah, I'm kind of forcing myself to fit that image. And I'm trying to convince myself that that's okay. But somehow, when I'm here, there is none of that. I wonder why that is. I certainly wouldn't know. I suppose you wouldn't. Ah, I know. Maybe I think of you as a kid now. Again? I love talking to kids. What? Hey now, don't give me that look. What I'm trying to say is, you're very sincere, Master. You're not going to smile and then stab me in the back when I turn the other way. I can relax around you, which is nice. I see. Ah, you just blushed, didn't you? You're blushing, you adorable little thing. It's alright, you're allowed to fall for me. Mm-hmm. Is there any window in particular you'd like to be thrown out of? No fun at all. See what I was saying, Master? With a short conversation, I know you better than I did before, and you me. That's fine and well, but what do I do with that knowledge? Huh? You don't do anything with it. It's fun learning things you didn't know before. That's all there is to it. And what happens when there's nothing left to learn? That's a day I don't think will ever come. People are always changing, growing, so there is no upper limit to what you can know about them. There's always something new to discover. Maybe we'll be here for many more years, or maybe you'll be able to go home sooner than you expect. But either way, I hope we can keep getting to know each other until then. And of course, if you're open to it, it doesn't have to end there. We can continue getting to know each other for years to come. Well, Giselle, you will be there for one more year from this point in time, I think. Enjoy it. And hey now, what are you looking away for? What do you think? Because you keep throwing me off balance. A few seconds ago, I was doing everything in my power to avoid her. And now... Now that smile of hers seems so oddly enchanting. Don't understand. Do my best so that we can make this work. Ah, I'm glad to hear it. Giselle, I was too awkward back then to even compliment you on your smile, to put my feelings into words. I was too cynical to accept what you said at face value, which I know caused you plenty of grief. I'm not much better now than I was then, but I will tell you this. When I next see you, I want more than anything to let you know how much I adore your smile, and how much I don't want to lose you or it ever again. Your anime girl is so practiced with all these VNs, it really is. And you know what, this one, I do find that I kind of like categorically use the same voices. But I'm a limited man. Like, I think Storytime pointed out that, from the last game, like, I immediately am using my Van Zeek's voice for Michael. And my Giselle voice is very similar to the voice that I gave Iris. Although it's not, because I'm trying to not sound as much like a kid. But... goes. Alright, so that was wholesome conversation. You must never reclaim your old selves. It's been a while since we had critically acclaimed Hoary Grandma, though. Hoary Grandma? My loyal servants, always by my side, and curse them with me, my dears. Eternal suffering on all their souls. Because only a certain character...
You will suffer!
Only a certain character gets the horny grandma voice. Maybe there just aren't a lot of old women in video games.
You will suffer!
This one. It came out randomly during Famicom. Did it? I'm impressed you remember anything about the Famicom playthrough. I don't know if I could tell you the events that happened in that game. Other than that, I couldn't find a wound on a neck. You remember the pixel searching, right? Me too. But like, what character had a horny grandma voice? Oh, and the cicadas were so loud. Japanese Velma. Bubble Wand. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even think I know who. It was an NPC. Yeah. Bubble Wand. Oh my god. Famicom was like scrolling through text options. The logic puzzle. I do not recommend. Paranormosite was Famicom 5.0. Paranormosite was so good. We didn't deserve Paranormosite. And it came out of nowhere. We really didn't deserve it, for real. It had story time in the game. It did. I want to say, I think Famicom was the game that made Storytime start playing visual novels. Because it was that good. By the way, if you haven't played Famicom, I'm sorry. Paranormosite. Play Paranormosite. Or watch my playthrough in my collections. My consciousness, wavering like a ship at sea, is slowly drawn back to the surface. With each new breath, feeling gradually returns to my fingers, I can hear the pattering of rain somewhere. The sound of crackling fire. I'm so glad I randomly saw that positive Paranormosite. If I hadn't... Oh, you hadn't heard of it otherwise, and that got you to give it a shot? Yeah, I think looking at game reviews for new series that you haven't, like, either if they're standalone games or a new series you haven't tried is really important, because I remember when we booted up Inescapable, the first thing a lot of people did is look at the Steam reviews, and they were like, Pengy, do you realize you are playing a 1.5-star game? And it was fairly rated that way. I am all for giving things a chance, but like...
Hun, sweetie, love, darling.
There, at least it had Ava. Yeah. Dots, have you heard of a game
At
called...
times like this, you just have to act yourself. WWID.
Have you heard of a game called Process of Elimination, Dots? I think that's what we're going to play after Fata Morgana. XD! Roy's favorite character was Ava, if anyone didn't know. Along with the rest of us. I very loosely heard of it. Okay, but not... That's basically where I'm at, Dots, but the reviews are actually good. So... I have hopes that Process of elimination won't be bad. And I think after Process of Elimination, we're going to do the Ace Attorney trilogy. At least one of the games. Okay, great noises. It takes a moment for me to realize I am in the very same spot where I first awoke. I don't know how I got here, but I'm sitting in a rocking chair hunched forward. My head feels like someone filled it with rocks, and I'm having difficulty focusing. I'm curious, think you'll do the other Fata Morgana game. It's significantly shorter than the main game, and it does add a lot of interesting perspective on it. So I actually own both Fata Morgana games. I would be open to the idea. Probably not soon, like, we would probably take quite a break, but yeah. I mean, I already have it, so we might as well play it. Plus, I think Fata Morgana 1, has been a pretty positive viewing experience for a lot of people, so, more of that type of content could be welcome on the channel. My joints are creaking and I feel like I'm going to vomit. A suffocating odor hangs over the room. What is that? Giselle. Giselle! Everything comes back to me all at once. That's right. I watched Morgana kidnap her. I watched the witch drag her into the darkness, unable to reach her hand. Where are you, Morgana? Ugh. I know you're there, cackling as you look down on me. Say something, witch. I will find you, and I will take her back. What on earth? There's a pool of liquid at my feet, rising just short of my ankles. It's sticky and uncomfortable. After every step I take makes splat splat noises. This is blood. The mansion has taken on a very different face from when Giselle was leading its halls. Blood of unknown origin not only covers the floor, but also streams down the halls and drips from the ceiling. I'm speechless as I behold the dreadful scene. Every breath I take tastes and smells of rust. It's all so unreal. What is it? Before my comprehension, all I can do is stare aghast, feeling like I might pass out. Giselle, you seeing this? This same twisted nightmare as me? Stepped into silence. An image of her floating alone in a vast sea of blood flashes through my mind. That vision kicks me into motion. Promise I will come through. So please, just hang in there a little longer. I begin walking, or more accurately, dragging my heavy feet forward. The constant splashing of blood against my ankles grates at my already taut nerves. Morgana told me to find my way to her, and I can think of only one place she would be. She and Giselle must be there. Is it the watchtower? Oh. The stained glass window is splattered with blood too. It creates trails like streams of tears running down the Archangel's face. Think they're in Nellie's room? I give the window a brief glance before making my way to the door leading to the observation tower. However, won't it open? Shouldn't be a lock. So why? Lustrous black chains seal the metal door. I can recall no such obstruction present during either my life or my time here after. What on earth is going on in this house? No, it's not important right now. What matters is making it through this door. Damn it! I pull and I push, but the chains won't give an inch. They feel sturdy enough that I probably couldn't cut through them either. Has to be some way. I consider giving up here and scouring the rest of the house, but I'm convinced the tower is my best chance. The fact that it's sealed now when it hadn't been before feels like a challenge more than a deterrent. I trace a length of chain with my hand, and at the end of it find a peculiar lock. into which the ends of several chains have been fed. There are keyholes. Morgana fashioned a custom lock just for this. I need to find 3 keys to open the door, then I have no idea where to begin my search. I lived here for more than 10 years, and yet it feels like I've stepped into a strange land. No, it's not the same house. Searching blindly is only going to waste time, and the longer I take, the more danger she's in. I met someone before who had a key. It was before I had reclaimed myself. Oh, was it the person with the, inside the painting? To be fair, we just got out of a VN Dark Age with Inescapable and Steins Gate, so Fat Morgan was what we needed. Yes, I agree. Bestia's room, aka the cellar. You think there's a key in the cellar? There's an inscription in the cellar that we can't make heads or tails of that yet. Excuse me, but Inescapable is Bowels, I love that you loved Inescapable.
Like, yeah.
And I know you didn't love it, but you at least tolerated it, which was more than most people. So. The blood flood makes me think of Bestia. Me too. I thought when he was waking up in the chair, I was like, oh, did we just, like, teleport to Bestia's timeline? When I was exploring the mansion alone, think, Michael, was it? The painting. Okay. Like everything else in the house, the painting is covered in blood. That it depicts a serene rural landscape only makes the contrast that much grimmer. I remember talking to this painting, assuming I wasn't hallucinating. I have a question for you. Are you awake? Please wake up. Ah. Can you hear my voice? Please say something. Reside here in this house, like the witch, don't you? You've been here with her all this time, haven't you? And you must know how to get into the observation tower. About the 3 keys I need to open the lock. I need to get into the tower. Please tell me where I can find the keys. Say something, damn it. Answer my question. Is someone there? What's the matter? I feel kind of strange. Did the witch do something to me? Please get a hold of yourself. Everything's all red. I can't stand it. I don't remember using the color. I reach my hand to try to wipe as much of the blood off the canvas as possible. But I can't even smear it with my sleeve, let alone get it off. You're wasting your time. But the thought, it's the thought that counts. Anyway, you had a question for me? Go on, I'm listening. I guess the painting isn't on the witch's side then. Door to the observation tower has been locked. I need to gather 3 keys, I think. That's my assumption, since the lock has 3 keyholes. Do you know of any such keys? And if so, could you tell me where they might be? Keys? Keys! Keys! Keys, 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 keys. Please stay with me. The only one I can ask for help. Keys, 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 keys. I'm guessing this is probably in some way, probably in some way connected to her past. Past. You know, the events the witch is always cursing about. What happened between her and the three men? Happened between them? The keys are probably with three of them. The three shadows. Must have seen them. Three men. Shadows. Find them. And you'll probably find the keys too. Watch yourself. They aren't likely to trust you easily. The depth of the sins grows greater the farther you go. Visit them in order. In order. The first one probably won't be a problem. So tell them something. You're Michael, aren't you? I've wanted to apologize to you for so long. Wait, what do you mean? Did you know me? Did you? What do you want to apologize for? Tell me, please. Would you be... Why? How? When everything else is finished, I'm going to need to visit the painting again. But now I have other things to do. The painting gave me a hint about where I could find the keys. I don't know anything about this past Morgana as with these three men. So, okay. She said that she was torturing people that she cursed, right? So I'm starting to wonder if these three men were people from the first three door stories. Like Bestia, for example, could be one of them. Or Mel. Mel, Bestia, and Jacopo. Right? Dearest Mel. I never asked her about herself after all, so maybe I'm going to end up having to do more than simply take Giselle back. Has our involvement with the witch caused us to be swept up into her twisted maelstrom of fate? Regardless, I need to get to work. Painting said to visit them in order. I assume he was referring to the order I entered the three doors. So we're revisiting. Okay. That means we might get to see Maria again. And Nelly. And Bestia, Kuroi's favorite. Arf, arf. So the first door was the Rose Garden. It would make sense that Mel wouldn't give him trouble, because Mel was nice. I make my way to the Rose Garden. The corridor leading there is a mess, and the wooden door is rotting away. I can smell the flowers on the other side. Everything is different from when I was alive. From when Giselle planted and raised that single rose. A scene from the past spreads out before me. The field of once proudly flourishing roses is now withered and gray. Knowing how beautiful it had once been only makes it that much more dispiriting. A bitter breeze brushes past me. Solitude hangs over the garden like a thick fog eating away at me. This isn't what I wanted. Okay, I missed the last 20 minutes because of dinner. Have we just been following Michael around being sad and alone? No. So basically, the witch took Giselle away and said, come find us. He had a flashback about his time with Giselle and how much he, thinking about how much he likes her. Then he wakes up in his rocking chair and there's blood everywhere in the mansion. He goes to talk to the painting that we talked to earlier, and the painting is freaked the fuck out. And he's like, listen, get yourself together and tell me what I need to do. because he went to the observation tower and found that it was locked with a lock that had 3 keyholes. So now he went to the painting and said, where do I find 3 keys? And the painting said, there are 3 men that were involved with Morgana, and they might be the ones that have your keys. That garden would look better with a shed. Just wait till the 3rd door. So I'm pulling information from the previous stream story time, and I'm thinking there was mention that the witch was cursing men that she was involved with. So I think that the cursed men are Mel, Bestia, and Jacopo. Who, ironically enough, were the 3 men involved with the white-haired girl who's Morgana. That actually confirms it. Mansion escape, 333. 3 keys, 3 doors, 3 men. Yeah, okay. Someone, get me out of here. Oh god, tell me that I'm not the bad one here. A young man's shadow stands off to the side, muttering listlessly to himself. I recognize his voice. Do you have the key? The boy and I have never met, but I feel like I know him quite well, like we had been acquainted for years. I know how polite and mild-mannered he is. I know how kind and how vulnerable, how human his heart is. However, very little of that boy seems to remain. This isn't what I wanted. Oh god, please answer me. Someone, get me out of here. Tell me that I'm not the bad one here. Answer me, Mel Rhodes. I know that's you. Huh? As soon as I say the shadow's name, it turns to face me. I still can't make out much detail, but he seems slightly less tenuous now. Who are you? How do you know my name? My name is Michael. I once lived here, this mansion. Michelle. I know that name. I know it very well. But something's not right. You look different from the Michelle I remember. I am not Michelle. I am not the Michelle you know. Our names simply sound the same. Oh, that makes sense. She would never come see me. I have a question for you. Do you have the key to the observation tower? I do. Would you please give it to me? I need to get into the tower. And what do you need there? Michelle is masculine and feminine. I think that it was more so just a trick the game used to deceive the player into being confused about the plot. I'm not sure if there's more significance past that. But basically, one of the main mysteries of the game, Sionis, was like, there's this guy, Michael, as I've been calling him. He has white hair, red eyes, he's a resident of the mansion, and he says he's cursed. In all the stories that we got to before we met Michael, we saw Michelle. Michelle was always referred to as the white-haired girl. She looks very similar to Michael. So the player is kind of gaslit into thinking that they're the same person, but actually, it's the witch taking his name, turning it into a girl's name, and looking like him to fuck with Giselle, who's waiting hundreds of years for someone named Michelle, who has white hair and red eyes. Like, it's just the game pulling out some tricks. The game also leads you to believe that the witch Morgana is actually the maid Giselle. Yeah, well that was a brief era, but yes. What I can say about this game is it's super, super well written. And it has tricked us numerous times. Yeah, like, we've played a lot of VNs here, especially mystery VNs, and I feel like I'm good at figuring it out. Yeah, and we keep striking. We swing and we miss. There's someone there I need to find. That's all? May not sound like much to you, but it means a great deal to me. You're not one of her prisoners, then? No. I came here of my own will. To find this person? Exactly. And maybe you can help me. How? Set me free. Convince her to release me from this place. I'm begging you. Anguish emanating from the boy's shadow is so thick it causes me to recoil. There's a thread of dark desperation in his voice. Has he been imprisoned here for hundreds of years like Giselle? Promise me, you'll get me out of here. Am I even equipped to judge whether that would be a decision or not? All I know of him is his time in the mansion during the era of roses. Nothing else. I know nothing else of his life. I don't even know if I would be capable of keeping such a promise. Do I have the strength to save anyone other than her? Do you absolutely need the key? You won't agree to help me with that, will you? I dropped it. Over there. The boy is pointing to a thick bramble of roses, despite the flowers themselves being wilted. These are still sharp. It was an accident, I swear, but I didn't want to scratch up my arm, so I left it there. It's not my fault there are so many thorns. I really want to hit this boy. Why couldn't you just have said so? I thought if I didn't have the key, you wouldn't help me. There's only so much I can do, regardless of whether you have the key. I cannot promise you anything, nor can I be the judge of you. See, I do not have enough information to make such a decision. Cheap promises and superficial kindness will only serve to destroy the both of us. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm going to retrieve the key. What? You'll never get it out of those thorns. I don't care if it's at the bottom of the ocean. I will have that key. I still haven't seen the end of Danganronpa since Kites stopped streaming. Final. Oh man, Danganronpa's a trip. You could watch the anime, Sionis, but I recommend catching like either VODs or like a playthrough on YouTube or something. Because like the class trials are way more epic in the game than they are and they're way more epic in the game than they are like in the anime. I have saved VODs if you wanted to catch my playthrough, or I'm sure there's Let's Plays on YouTube. The ending of Danganronpa V3 is one of my favorite endings in video games. People are very divisive on that ending. I personally also enjoy it. Without talking about it, alright, I won't give details, but people just like to take offense for no reason. I saw a server get into a small debate about it recently with people saying V is ending ruined the entire game. We'll have to discuss another time. It's hard to talk about without giving spoilies, and I don't want to scare people. So Danganronpa is my favorite series of all, like, it's my favorite visual novel series of all time, for sure. There's another... Yeah, there's fan projects I have tabs on that I think will never get finished, but I'm enjoying pretending that I believe that they will finish. Like, Danganronpa Kill Cure just had a trailer release for their Chapter 0, and I'm like, it's amazing. Yeah, you know what's funny about Danganronpa is when I first played the games, I thought that the game's plot was extremely weak. But upon revisiting the games and like watching people play, listening to people talk about the overarching story, I don't think it's as weak as I initially thought. But it's still not by any means like super good. Danganronpa just gives me my like reality show elimination storyline in video game form. Yeah, agreed. I think first has the worst ending by far, actually. 2's ending is low-key actually pretty good. But I didn't even, like, it didn't set in by the time I beat 2. I just was like, yeah, whatever. But I think looking back on 2 might have the best writing in the series. Actually, I can say with confidence it does. Anyway. You're wasting your time. I approached the bramble, reaching out for it with my right hand. From behind me, I can sense the boy watching. First, I attempt to spread the tangled, thorn-ridden stems so I can put my arm in without injuring myself, but they seem to be made of iron rather than plant, and my efforts prove mostly fruitless. The only opening is barely large enough to fit an arm in and resembles the toothy mouth beast. Looking through the garden, I can't find anything that looks remotely useful. Yes, my only option is reaching it. That's not going to stop me. I lean down, inserting my right arm into the cavern. Immediately, they begin ripping at my sleeve and gashing at my flesh. Blood spills down my arm. I'm long since dead, no longer human. The pain is still agonizing, still very much real. Giselle doesn't bleed, doesn't feel pain. Am I not the same as her then? That doesn't matter right now. Focus on getting the damn key. Ah! Streams of crimson spread through the steel-like tangle, gnawing at my arm like a ravenous animal. Where the hell is this key? The thorny stems are twisted and layered so thick I can't see inside at all. As I dig around blindly, I start losing feeling in my arm. It's an endless deluge of pain. Hey, cut it out! You're going to lose your arm! I will not stop until I have the key! Don't ask me for help. Wasn't even considering it! Collect what remains of my gradually fading sensation and fix it into my fingers. Ugh, this is not fun to imagine. Praying even one of them will brush against the key. These noises! Damn it! As much as I search, as much as I dig, I find nothing so much as resembling a key. Which means it must be deeper than I can reach my arm. Even so, I cannot give up. Ugh. Hey, please be quiet right now. Need to focus. I'm sorry. I do have the key, actually. You what? I'm so sorry. It didn't look like you were willing to help, even if I gave it to you, so... Plus, she told me not to give it to anyone for any reason. Hold still so I can beat you. I didn't mean you any ill will. Oh yeah, I just wanted to watch your arm get shredded. You most certainly did. I'll give you the key, so please have mercy. Trembling in fear, the boy's shadow sticks out a hand holding the key. The arm I used to dig through the thorns is so bloody and gashed, I can barely look at it, but it does still function. Yeah. Back to Nellie's room with you, Nell. And so I take the key from him with my right hand. Why can't you use your other hand? That's gross. It's the idea. Kind of a jerk, you know? It's a laugh coming from you. Do you have any idea how much that hurt? I know. I'm sorry, really. But hey, you're alive, so no big deal, right? But wait, can you actually say either of us are alive? I don't even know anymore. I do appreciate you giving me the key, though, seeing as it seemed to be rather important to you, too. Hey, is this person you want to get back truly worth going through all this for? She is. She's the one person who ever loved me, and she's waiting for me. I see. You know, I had someone that meant a lot to me, too. My sister. Which one? Which? The one with flaxen hair, like me. If you happen to see her, do something nice for her, please. That, I would say, is your responsibility. Yeah, you're right. But I'll keep it in mind. Thanks. In the tale I witnessed, the boy pushed his sister away, for an understandable reason, admittedly. But now he seems to bear no grudge for her. Something else happened. And if it did, I'd time to ask about it. Be on my way. Alright, take care. There are 2 more keys. Watch out though. They're not the most friendly people. And they'll probably be even more enraged locked up like this. I appreciate the warning. Yeah, now instead of a rose bush eating up Michael's arm, it's gonna be Bestia. Only someone like you had shown up sooner and taken the keys from us. I don't think we can move Nell. I'm gonna be honest. I mean Mel. Bye. After bidding me farewell, the boy's phantom dissipates into the shadows of the rose garden. I wonder if he's gone back to mindlessly muttering his regrets. I should get going. Alright, quick bathroom break, guys. I'll be right back.
Another happy customer.
Okay, guys, hi. Did someone by the name of Foot Lover follow the channel? Thank you. Anyways, thank you, for the break. I saw the notification and was like, that sure is a name. Yeah. Shark making alts again. It could have been E tier too. DeHoyos is here. Hello. Happy Saturday. I must know, how was FF7 Rebirth without spoilers? Was it everything you dreamed of paying? You were watching me play earlier, but you did not want to enter stream because of it. Oh yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I beat Final Fantasy VII earlier today. And I gave it a 9 out of 10. I thought it was a very, very, very fantastic game. So, I strongly recommend, if you are a Final Fantasy VII person, and you've already played the first remake, Rebirth definitely should be on your lists. Okay. So where are we at with this right now? We got a key from Mel. We didn't re-enter his door. We just experienced Mel, and he tricked us. I'm still on chapter 10, but I'm afraid of change. There may have been a story, so that's why I did not enter. Oh, Cosmo Canyon. Yeah, the Cosmo Canyon segment of the game is, like, fantastic. Like, really, really, really good. So definitely I would keep going. Okay. So we're supposed to go to them in order, which means our next one is going to be in this cellar, which is where we met Bestia. My phrasing was horrible. Sorry about that. No worries at all. Sometimes I type like a crazy person, because sometimes I'm on my phone and it autocorrects to things that I don't. So then my sentences are all, like, fucked up. I descend the stairs, opening the cellar door. The first time I visited this room, the smell of blood from within was nearly suffocating. Making another drink to achieve peak performance for tonight? Alright, Sionis. Fuck. I am nursing my first drink because it is very strong. I feel like as gay people, we do everything fast. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, I'm a fast walker. Ah! It's an iPhone problem, not this read. Listen, my iPhone is small, so like the keypad that I type on, my thumbs are just like too clumsily big. So I get all kinds of like autocorrect issues when I'm texting. You're living proof that that is not true. Well, the doing things fast. Yeah, Storm, he's a go with the flow kind of guy. I get the same problem from my iPad. I have a keyboard attachment. Really? It does, like, force autocorrect on certain things that I don't like. Yeah. And you know what, Storm? We love you just the way you are. I do walk fast, though, that being said. I switch between 3 languages on the TV and my pixel sucks. Yeah. I've tried to type in Spanish on my, like, Apple devices, and it will not allow me. I think I'm finally done with that freelance stuff. It's been so much. Oh, nice! I'm glad you reached the end of what you needed to do. Siri sucks. No. Siri does suck, because it, like, gets detected not when you call for it, but, like, other similar sounding words. And, like, I just said the name Siri, and it still didn't pick up. And my phone is, like, right on my desk. Yeah. Well, it sounded like you had to do a lot of background information research dots. They're improving her soon? Great. We need updated AI. Now the entire house reeks of it, and I've started to go numb from the odor. I had to write these blog posts discussing troubleshooting technical problems with HVAC in ambulances, which is, like, not something I know anything. Right. Why would anyone know anything about that? Like, unless if you are an HVAC technician or somebody that works in an ambulance. Like, maybe an EMT? I don't even know if an EMT would know about that. So, yeah, that's crazy. You'd have to learn all about it, and then take the information you learned and sound like an expert in an article when it's really something that you're novice about. Siri is stealing your credit card numbers? Well, perhaps. Siri is asking for your permission to share topics of interest that you talk about with your friends. Yeah. Sounds rough, Dots. I'm glad you finished, right? That's what's important. And hopefully it came out good and professional. And I'm sure it did, and you might be being hard on yourself, but I bet it's more than good enough. I feel like it could tip the scales on whether or not I land the job. Yeah, totally. There's no one here. Am I in the wrong place? Worst case scenario, it's like $150 per blog post. And I might buy a PS5 with the extra money. Oh. Well. That would be nice, Dots. PS5 is awesome. I really enjoy my PS5. Switch 2 is around the corner, though, and we're going to need that for the new Fire Emblem, so... just food for thought. Your PS4 broke in January? I still use my PS4, actually. It's in good condition. Got it on this little high-tiered thing. Am I in the wrong place? I began exploring the cellar, hoping to find the key hidden away or abandoned somewhere. As I reach my hand out to investigate one area, a shadow leaps out of the thick darkness. It's so swift that I have no time to react. My body freezes in place. The shadow stands before me, holding the tip of a blade mere inches from my face. The bestie, a man. You have a key. I do, yes. Cold sweat trickles down my back. My voice is shaking, and there's no hiding it. The shape appears to be glaring at me, though I cannot make out its face. After a few seconds, it withdraws its blade. Let me see it. Boy's key. Did he give it to you? In the rose garden, yes. Are you two acquaintances? Oh, wrong voice. How could that be, though? You were from a completely different era and country. Who are you? No, never mind. Who you are is irrelevant to me. Are you human now? If you are speaking of my nature, then no is the only answer I can give you. You didn't kill me, though. If you wanted to, you could easily skewer me where I stand. If that's what you want, I'd be happy to oblige. What did you come here for? For your key. I came to ask if you would give it to me. You mean to open that door? I need to get into the tower, yes. See. Take it. Oh, that was easy. The man's shadow tosses the key at my feet. I'm not quite sure what to think. I didn't expect him to give it up so readily. What? Take it. I won't stab you in the back while you're bending over. I thought you were supposed to hold on to this at all costs. I no longer have any reason to guard that key. In the past, I might have severed your head from your shoulders the moment you mentioned it, though. What point in the past? That's a question I wish I knew the answer to. Hey, do you know why I'm here? Where this place is? When it is? Why can't I get out of here? What's happened to me? Tell me! I have no idea what's going on. Not a single goddamn idea. Neither do I. Get out. Take the key and get out of here. Get out! Can't bring myself to say anything to the enraged shadow, so I follow his command. and departing the cellar. Okay, that was way easier than the negotiation with Belle. What? I thought I was dead for a second. You'd think Yukimasa would kill us, but nah, it was Mel who put you through the Thorn challenge for no reason. Yeah, that was definitely strange. I thought Mel would just be like, yeah, I'm gonna give it to you. Maybe there's more to the shadows than we know so far. A cocktail accompanied with nachos and queso. Good Saturday. Cheers, everyone. Cheers, Sionis. I am reaching the end of my drink soonish, and like it's been a trip. I was hoping for a surprise fighting game a la the surprise QTE. Absolutely not. Just 1 second. I thought I was dead for a second. This makes 2, though. What could have happened between these people? The painting mentioned a past with them, and Morgana spoke of the wicked men she cursed. Does that mean they did something awful enough to earn Morgana's spite? Right now, though, I must push onward. If I'm not mistaken, the final key should be in that room. The room with the, billiards table. What is billiards, anyway? I should get moving. Once I have this key, I can get into the observation tower. I'm almost certain Morgana is waiting for me there, with Giselle. So I gather up my resolve and hurry to the last room, not wanting to take even a second longer than necessary getting her back. I can hardly believe my eyes when I step into the den. In the middle of the room is a large rectangular table. Several balls roll across its surface, and perched on one corner, looking down at the floor, is her. Giselle! Oh my god, I thought it was Maria for a second. Weird for Michael to think that when simply hanging out with Morgana appears to earn spite. Yeah. We're creeping up on one of my favorite parts. I'm not trying to oversell it, but I'm super... Giselle. Giselle! The question of why she's here never crossed my mind. All I feel is elation to see her once more. There's no room for anything else in my head. I run over to her, put my hand on her shoulder. Thank goodness you're alright! And turn her towards me. What? Ah! Giselle! Giselle! I shake her, causing her head to droop lifelessly. There's not a trace of light in her unmoving eyes. Why, Giselle, why? Say something, Giselle. Say anything, please. This can't be. You can't be. Can't be. My mind goes blank. I can't catch my breath. The world is hazy. Why? Why Giselle? Why did I have to find her like this? Why? I swore I would do anything. I swore I would never lose you again. No, this can't be. Thought crosses my dazed, despair-wrought mind. It's probably nothing more than vain hope, but... Not a drop of blood spilled from my breasts. That's right, she doesn't bleed. So this can't be her. This isn't her. Or maybe Morgana has the power to alter Giselle's very nature. Kill her with the flick of a wrist. No, I don't even want to think about it. There's no hope to be found down that path. All I can do is pray. Beg for her to still be alive. Or if alive isn't the right word, herself. My prayers bring me back to reality, which is when I realize there's something hard pressed against the back of my head. I hear a harsh metal clink. A piercing bang rips through the air as I drop hard to the... My ears are ringing painfully. Through the cloud of smoke and confusion, I see a man's silhouette. Missed. Wasn't it point blank? It takes several moments for me to recognize the object in his hand as a gun, not only because it's draped in shadow, but because I've never seen one with my own eyes. Yeah, could you please play the song again while you're here? Had I not witnessed what they were capable of through the stories, I would not have understood how terrifying they were. Not a problem, though. I'll finish you with the next one. Now, you hold still, boy. Start running around like a rat, and I can't guarantee you a death. Wait, hold on a second. What are you trying to kill me for? Because you make too much goddamn noise, that's why. Don't tell me. You're the one who... What? I turn my gaze towards the large table. Giselle isn't there. Must have been an illusion after all. That moment when you're relieved to remember that your love is an unkillable zombie. Right, because she couldn't have been killed through normal circumstances. The realization sends a wave of relief through me. I still have a gun in my face, though. Curious man you are. Does the table warrant your attention more? I have a request. Hey, Mitch. You're going to Cali in August? Nice. What part of Cali are you going? Sacramento? Nice! So not at all my neck of the woods, but I hope you enjoy Northern California. I've actually never been to Sacramento. It's all I need. And then I'll leave and stop making a racket. I'm sure you understand your predicament, boy. Because if you think you're in any position to be asking for favors, you're dumber than you look. Ha! Visiting a friend, very cool. Sacramento's nice, the parts that you've been to. Storm, let's go kick it in San Diego. What do you say? You and me, night on the town. We'll move really slow too. Who are we kicking in San Diego? Oh, King. Good. I was just about to look for you, King. Yeah, let's meet up. Let's have a mini Pang Nation con. You do have extra vacay if we aren't doing Dragon Con. I mean, are we about to like impromptu make this happen? Look, I'm down to chill in San Diego, but for the love of God, we are not staying at the Westgate. Yes! Yes! We can still go to tea time though. We can visit the Westgate only during the day. Harp lessons? True. We could get you a gig. You could be the harpist. Ooh, let's get some fascinators and go to tea time. Scott was so mad I didn't invite him to Queen's Tea. I mean... Scott is from the UK? Question mark? Yeah, okay. Well then, he has every right to be cross with you, Storm. Tea time was godlike though, even though we all had COVID. It's justified. All right. Well, we're all on the same page. But yeah, if anybody wants to go to San Diego and hang, I'm down. All right. That's the tea. Really, what I should do is also go up to NorCal and visit King. I haven't done that yet. That's my bad. On my way. Let's do it, Sionis. San Diego is a great city. King is in... Yeah, near Sacramento? In Sacramento, even, perhaps. Yeah. King is max vibing. How fun would you say it's vacay worthy? Oh, so we're gonna move the meetup to King City. There's potential job prospects in Cali, so maybe one day for real. Yeah. Yes, sir. Although California is an enormous state, so it would definitely, like, drastically depend where in California. Like Mitch said, like, oh, I'm visiting Cali. It's like, well, if you're going to Northern Cali, definitely during the summer, there are some fun river spots to go to. Stuff to do. You went to a nude beach on the 4th? Ah! Yeah, Storm, you want to go to a nude beach? If only there was another really good public transport from SoCal. Oh, yeah. I know. You have to drive. I'm driving to Mid-Cal. I'm driving to Mid-Cal, in like 2 weeks. You finish another ending for 999? I think you must have gotten one of the crazy ones, Lisa. Answer me this, did it involve an axe? Public transport is very bad in California, yes.
No.
Oh. Well, that's good. What ending was it? But it was crazy. Was it the submarine ending? There's a few. Ah, the submarine ending is really unhinged. Yeah. First off, I don't even know what key you're talking about. I don't believe that. The other two had keys. You're telling me they gave you their key? You remember that one more than the true ending? Storm, did you play 999 yourself, or did you watch me? 999 was a good fucking time. It was a good game. I was forced to bring up memories of it because we were talking about it in the visual novel section of Discord earlier. And yeah, it's top tier. Those job prospects are in NorCal or LA. Okay. Well, I live pretty close to LA. Party. Played it? Right. Oh, that's right! And you didn't finish VLR because the Steam port sucks. PlayStation Master Race. NorCal is in San Jose. Yeah, I've been to San Jose. San Jose is cool. It sounds like they really do know each other. See for yourself. I believe you should recognize these. Are you collecting them to enter the tower? Are you going to see Morgana? You'd be out of a job if you followed him to Cali. Yeah, I mean, you'd have to find something, like, adjacent to what you're doing here. Which I know you have a government job, so that might be a little... But your skills, probably translate into another role. It would just require that role to be needed, like, wherever you're moving, which might not necessarily be the case. Your skills translate! Yep, true. True. Double entendre. Good one, Sionis. There seems to be a hint of tension in the man's voice. Though I can't see his face, I can sense the waves forming within him. I brace myself for either rejection or not led. But the apparition gives me neither. Take me with you. What? You have the other two keys, don't you? Then you can open the door. Bring me to the witch. Wait, slow down. What are you planning to do when you see her? What do you think? She has to... He... has... to... It's gone. She has to... what? What's he trying to say? On the floor where the shade stood is a new key. Curious though I am about his last words, this makes 3. I have all the keys now. Trying to rile me up, Morgana? Are you enjoying yourself up there, showing me these phantoms and watching me squirm? Just you wait. My way. I give the room a brief once over before making my way back to the chapel. The keys fit perfectly in the openings on the lock, and when I insert the last one, it clicks open, chains sealing the door, falling to the floor. They're waiting beyond this door at the top of the stairs. I start pondering what I can even do in the face-off against Morgana, which sends a nervous shudder down my spine. I'm not going to back down regardless, but she is a witch, and I'm a mere human. Formerly human. I'm not a master swordsman, nor do I wield a gun. I have nothing at all with which to fight her. I still have to confront the witch, though, no matter what. As laughably reckless, as foolish as I may be, I have no idea. I place my hand on the door, preparing to climb the tower where I once spent my last breath. Giselle walked safely away in the chamber at the top. The tower where I first met the witch. No hesitation. The sound of blood streaming down the stairs echoes off the stone walls. Although I have begun growing numb to the house's otherworldly ornamentation, the sight of a seemingly endless river of blood flowing down the spiral staircase sends a chill through. Every step I climb makes a splat splat noise. When I reach a window, I look out to see a churning reddish black fog. Now this brings me back. You climbing the stairs alone, just like old times. Morgana, I waited so long for someone like you to show up. Someone with enough despair to resurrect me. Give her back. But now, I don't see it in you. I don't feel one bit of that intense hopelessness anymore. Give her back. And here I thought we were cut from the same cloth. Morgana! Yes, I'll give her back. If you can make it to me without losing yourself. Not give up. Doesn't matter what you do. Looking up, I can't see how far the stairs extend. It's just a gaping blackness, so I have no way of knowing for sure whether I'm getting any closer. Round and around, around and around, around and around. The blood river traces the same path in reverse. I start to wonder if the staircase even does end. If I'm not just eternally retracing my own steps. But I continue climbing regardless. It's all I can do. Put one foot in front of the other and hope I make it up. Morgana, what is this place? What did you do to it? What is it? Why, it's the mansion you lived in for a decade, of course. Look at this and tell me it's the same house. What's with the blood everywhere? And the 3 shadows? Now, my dear, no need to raise your voice. And you're being impolite, one question at a time. Answer me. What is this place? It's immaterial. Even if I were to give you an answer you found satisfying, what would you do with that knowledge? Your objective is to reach the top of these stairs and rescue Giselle. Nothing more, nothing less, isn't that right? Or by chance, have you taken an interest in me? Despite never once asking me about myself before. Gut tells me that without knowing what this place is, without even the briefest glimpse at its nature, I won't be able to safely get her back. Without knowing what I'm up against, I don't stand a chance. Please tell me about this mansion, Morgana. Michael should have learned the Mario 64 speedrun so that he'd know how to bypass the staircase. By, like, walking into a wall or something and popping out in some other area that was weakly hidden. About yourself. What are you, Morgana? A witch. No, that's not what I'm asking. Why do you have the powers you do? What are you? Yes, I get it. Humans feel the need to attach names to things and phenomena they don't understand. I understand that feeling very well, which is why I'm sure you'll be rather disappointed when I reveal the truth. What do you mean? What I mean is, I'm an ordinary human. It's not possible. Expect me to believe a human created this illusion. Then are you saying I'm a magician or a wizard like you might see in a fairy tale? I would believe that, you being human. Think back, then. Would you recall our time together? Did I ever once use magic? Did I control fire or wind, or did I create illusions? No, I did none of that, because I could not. To you, when you were alive, I suppose you could say I was not but a simple ghost. So, is Morgana his blood sister? I think that's where we have to go with this. I think that's Michelle Visage. Not Michael Visage. Michelle. A rather mischievous, but otherwise powerless spirit. And I was nothing more to those three men either. The witch, Morgana, was never anything but a wretched phenomenon haunting this house. Then, how do you explain this? Michael, my dear, we're not the same beings we once were. We're different than we were in the realm of light, the era of the living. You figured that much out, haven't you? That you're already dead. Yes, I know. I know I couldn't possibly be alive. Yet you still view this world through the lens of the living. You make no effort to see it as the land of the dead. Tell me, why would you think that the realm of the living and the dead are the same? The worlds behind each door were so vibrant. The mansion itself never had any color. They were the memories of the past, of the land of the living, of times forever lost to us. Our lives have already come to an end, my dear. Every last soul within these walls is dead. This is the world that lies beyond the end. It is my world. This is the afterlife. Why get caught up in... Is that word? Minutia. None of us has a future, so what reason is there for you to desperately obsess over taking Giselle back? Just like you, she's long since dead. He's a walking corpse. It's nothing I didn't already know, but hearing her say it was like a kick to the gut. Dead or alive, she still lives on within this house, and my spirit found its way back too. Why then should I not wish for her to have a future? No matter what form she may take. No matter if my choices erase her from this world entirely. Having seen what lies beyond the door in her heart, what happened in all those hundreds of years, I could never let her remain here. You, trapped in this world, bereft of light, drifting aimlessly for all eternity. Ha! So determined, you feel the need to raise your voice. But you're not going to budge on that point, I see. I ask you this again, Morgana. Please tell me about yourself. How did you become a witch? How did you end up attached to this house? I want to hear your story. You honestly want to know about me? I do now, yes. But not for me, for her, right? Don't be shy now, it's the truth, isn't it? Besides, if you did say it was for me, not her, I might die of laughter. As you wish. You have seen many tales of people's lives since arriving here, and now you shall see mine. Though I ask you this, will you writhe in despair with me? Will you endure maddening agony for me? Will you know pain enough to make you howl? You face despair again and again and again? As I said before, if this is what you want from me, let me tell you something, though, my dear. it will not be as easy to watch as you imagine. Now that you've reclaimed yourself, you will be able to feel all my pain as if it were your own. To resonate with it. Resonate with it. No longer have your little guardian with me either. Guardian. She was always protecting me. You'll have a wonderful time, I'm sure. It's a tale that could only have taken place in the era of miracles and spirituality. Wondrous and weird, senseless and stupid, hopelessly tragic. Will you watch it with me? As soon as the final word leaves her mouth, I'm engulfed in darkness, not even given a moment to brace myself. Tower stairs crumble. My feet have nowhere to go. As I'm being battered by the blood river, my consciousness melds with another. Alright, guys. We went right up to the point that we were hoping to. We made it, I believe, to what is going to be the next door. Which is going to be the witch's backstory. So I feel like we are really getting up there in the game's plot progression. We are nearing 7:30, which is around the time that I wanted to start Among Us for M-Man's birthday. So, and yeah, we're reasonably far along. It seems that way. Like, we're slowly but surely answering all the questions. So I guess we got through that little interlude, and now we're proceeding on to the next door. Unless if this memory is also part of the interlude, in which case... Wow. But she made it sound like it's a door, so... Anyways. Quick break, guys. I'm gonna set up Among Us. When we come back, it's time to kill each other and lie about it. So, I will see you guys in just a bit.